First and foremost, guys, thank you for being part of this makeshift quick podcast. Trying some new things out.
Always, man. It's always fun. Salud.
Love you guys.
Great seeing you guys.
First and foremost, Joey almost didn't show up for some strange.
All right. I'm gonna go old school here, and almost only counts with hand grenades and something, and darts and hand grenades or something, horseshoes and hand grenades.
Horseshoes and hand grenades.
But I'm here, bro.
Yeah, you made it.
You're welcome.
You made it. And then we got the great Jerry, one half of Modern Brews and Beats, and the owner of page NTX_beer.
Yep. Good to see you, Jerry.
And if you guys are watching this on YouTube right now or Facebook, look how amazing
Oh, I thought we
Jerry
were
looks.
recording. Oh,
Yeah,
damn it.
Look how amazing Jerry looks.
Why does Jerry get the good angle?
Because he's lost weight.
Wait,
unlike
we
you.
both can just look at hey, that's a COVID 10, bro. That's a COVID 10.
I did a COVID 50-pound gain. That's what I did. That's what I'm working on right now. No, so congratulations on the weight loss.
Yeah, you look great, buddy.
Just, again, just calorie reduction, that's all. But still drinking, still, eating kind of what I want, just maybe not as much of it.
That's fair. That's something I have a problem with.
And
Portion control.
here's a PSA. Stay away from cocaine, kids.
Oh, no.
Or whatever works, just to clarify.
You don't have to announce it to the world what your workout plan is.
That was a joke, by the way.
A dietitian maybe. Just work on it. It's your choice.
No, that's good, yeah. Because I understand, like, we're all been at home a lot more than we're used to.
Yeah.
So we have that fridge habit of just like,
Snacking.
yeah, what else is in here,
My
you
big
know?
problem when the first whole quarantine started, which I told Jerry before and I told you before, is the first month of the quarantine I was drinking every night, heavy. Getting like almost near blackout drunk, not there. But when you get to that point, you get snacky. So
Yeah.
I was making mac and cheese at 3 in the morning, salad. Not salad. So that's a goddamn lie.
Dude,
That was
that's my biggest problem is that
Romaine salad.
I'm a late eater.
Pastas.
That's my problem too. I'm a
Pastas
late
and
eater,
stuff.
dude.
It was one of those things that I had always been wanting to work on this, and I'd gone through a bunch of yo-yo type diet situations. And again, really now it's just, I was like, okay, well, if there's anything this coronavirus thing did, it made me just kind of concentrate on just better personal health.
Just buckling down on and being strict.
But while I'm strict, I'm not like sitting here like, oh, okay. I think about food. I'm like, it's all good for me and it's all fuel. But sometimes I may just go, hey, I like really ask about calories. Like if I'm drinking beer, like, okay, so what's the ABV on that? Okay, so that's all right. I can have so much of that. Just and to where a lot of big stouts end up becoming like desserts, just because I may only have like 4 to 6 ounces of it.
Yeah, you're way better than me. Portion control is one of my biggest problems. I don't have portion control. If it's good, I'm gonna eat it, which I know is a problem. The older you get, the more you eat. It's harder for your body to digest. So portion control is really a big key. I'm aware of it, but it doesn't mean I do it. It doesn't mean I do it.
Yeah. But you're aware. You're aware.
I'm
It's all that
aware.
matters. It's all that matters.
I know the
dude.
science behind
Yeah.
it and the actual health benefit, but so I cleared out my beer fridge today. So it's one of the things I was at the park all day for. Is I was hanging out with a bunch of guys playing handball. Took all the beers. I left a few beers in my fridge, so I still want to take pictures. A few Black is Beautiful from different breweries. A few Pausado beers that I haven't taken pictures of yet. And I want to post about Odd Muse the same way. I just kept one of each of those cans just to make a picture.
Right.
Everything else was in the park, and everybody drank it. So I'm like,
I was about to ask you, I was like, what do you mean clear it out?
you can see my cooler. Like my cooler's empty. Like I have my not my cooler, but
Your side fridge.
no, in my car. The thing you carry with you to bring. I forgot what it's called. Is
Like
it
an
a
ice
cooler?
chest?
Ice chest?
Like an
Yeah,
ice chest cooler, whatever. People call it both of those things. So
Yeah,
it's,
that's what I was like.
yeah.
I don't know, but anyway, I had filled it up and I had it, and then there's no beers left. There's like 2 Trulies left and like sports drinks in there.
Shotgun on the Trulies, baby.
Yeah, always.
Just throwing it out there.
Always shotgun into
It's my favorite roadie. No, hang on. Road soda.
Well, if you want a shotgun too, I got an extra one I got in today. I bought a new shotgun too because I broke mine.
Now, speaking of Trulies, have you tasted any seltzers locally that you like that are at least give you similar?
The best one so far is the one from Armadillo.
Okay. That's the Rio Frisco.
Rio Frisco. I bought a few of them just for my friend Ethan, but I haven't bought any more. I'm not a big fan as a whole of Armadillo.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
It's just a personal thing.
But big fan of seltzers, though, right?
I'm a big fan of
Okay.
hard seltzers, yeah.
They did a really nice. Their Black is Beautiful. The mesquite beans gave a really nice flavor, kind of smoky to
Yeah.
the beer. So, but you know, I hear you. That and Scrappy Boy, you should might too if I go there.
Mine from Bunch Money is probably my only one I do enjoy for them. I just personal experience, not from the owners when I'm there. It's just not a fun place to be, and that's how I feel off Vibes. Like even when we were open, of course they're not open anymore. Like not to the public.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been there.
I just never felt a welcome, enjoyed being there.
What makes you not feel welcome?
Oh, the first time I was there, Adriana could tell the story better because she walked in front of me, and they one of the bartenders behind them started yelling at her about like a water drink that she had with her.
Like bringing it outside something?
Yeah, and
It's water, bro. You're entitled to
for
it.
the most part, for most of us that go to breweries, water, if you bring in like Topo Chico or anything like that, it's not a problem. Of course, obviously, you can't bring other liquor to premises for the most part, you know, unless you had an agreement with the owner. And even that is suspect because bottle shares are suspect by TVC anyway.
Right.
So, but anyway, it was just water, and that like killed the vibe for us being there. And then the second time was this when I did a Beer on the Run episode there, and I just didn't appreciate how they talked to one of the ladies was talking to another employee. Both were employees. I don't assume this lady was the owner. You're just make an assumption here. But I didn't appreciate it. I've worked in the service industry for many years. I don't enjoy people yelling at each other.
Yeah.
I don't think it helps. And
What's unprofessional?
it is unprofessional, but find
To,
out
to the crowd.
yeah, but find out later on that was the last day they were working because they let go a lot of employees. That
Oh,
day.
so no one was given a
Yeah.
Oh, so that they're actually the thing on that may have had a situation where employees were already going to get let go.
Yeah.
So maybe there was already just
Some
pent-up
tension.
They were
frustration.
like full on disgruntled.
Probably,
Yeah.
definitely from behind the scenes. They probably have some things, but anyway, I just didn't enjoy it, and I feed off vibes. Again, the owner has never done anything to me. The people has never done anything to me. I just don't feel enjoyment when I'm going out there.
Yeah.
So, but Rio Fresco is delicious.
You know what? I hate that. Like when you go somewhere out in public and something negative happens at the beginning.
Yeah.
It does kind of just start just nosediving.
It takes it. It just has nothing to do with the establishment. Let's just flip it, and I love Intrinsic.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fun memories of Intrinsic. But let's say my first time going Intrinsic, there's a person behind the bar yelling at another person, patron, and it just feels weird.
Yeah.
You know, or two workers yelling at each other. Kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like that just throws it off, and it just feels funky.
Yeah.
And that's my experience personally there. Again, I don't know the owner or any of the people who work there. I'm not speaking ill of anybody there. It's just my personal how I felt about the time. So yeah, I haven't bought anything from them because of that. Again, I also buy with my heart versus taste.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and it's
Like, yeah,
nice when they both come together.
It is nice when they both come together. Yeah.
You know.
So
Yeah, kind of like supporting, your local friends, your homies,
Yeah.
someone that, gives you great vibes, you love their company.
Yeah,
So you
like-
want to support them as much as you
perfect
can.
example, Outfit Brewing.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of a lot of their beers, but I like those guys there. They're really
Yeah, they're
great
great guys, yeah.
So I'll buy their beers as often as I have the opportunity to. And whenever I see them, I'm always going to show them love and respect because I have fun drinking and talking with them. Just because I buy off of feeling versus what actually is
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
good.
Vibe means a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, vibe means a lot.
Or just the way you're treated in general. I
Yeah.
guess that's life in general as well. It's like the way you're treated is, how you respond,
Yeah.
If it's positive, it'll be positive. If it's negative, it'll have that negative vibe.
Even if they have really good beer. I mean, it's one of the situations where if you have a negative experience, it's like, I don't know if I'll
Yeah.
deal with them.
I went to a certain brewery downtown. I won't name their name, and I won't go back again because it was just that weird. Like I'm better than you type of thing, and I don't spend my money for that.
Right. And it is money. I mean, craft beer is not cheap.
No.
So it's one of those situations, especially as we have campaigns like Save the Breweries and different things like that going on. You're like,
Yeah. But one thing I do want to talk about, I know you were on vacation while most of the Black is Beautiful was selling here locally.
Yeah, saw it online, like all the posts.
But I know you did share a lot of the posts. For the most part, I enjoyed a few of the Black is Beautiful. I bought as much as I can. Again, beers are expensive. We're all aware of this.
Yeah.
So you can't buy all of them.
As much as you want to.
Even though some people are on a mission to buy all of them.
it's true. It's true.
But for the most part, I bought a few. I enjoyed a few. There were some that were better than others. But I really appreciate it. And then something you mentioned earlier that we didn't keep is our appreciation for breweries and appreciation for Celestial Space Thing.
Yes.
But it's their transition to what they did for Black is Beautiful and the transparency. that you really enjoyed. So I'd just like to elaborate on that.
So when they posted about the Black is Beautiful and they were giving their money to the Innocence Project, the one they were very forthright. It was in their copy who the money was being donated to. That's cool that they still have that.
Yes.
music.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's one
yeah.
thing why I really love Intrinsic.
That's
That
what I
they still have
missed
music.
about the entire like COVID.
Before we jump away from it, we all appreciate Intrinsic, and I always appreciate they always keep local bands here.
Yes.
But I just wanted to elaborate on your appreciation for
The
Celestial.
Yeah.
Before we get into the weeds, yeah. Sorry.
Sure.
You don't sound sorry at all.
So,
Yeah.
yes.
Dallas Beer Talk.
No way. All right.
Follow us.
I'll flip you up.
I appreciate it. So they donate to the Innocent Projects, Innocent Project. But you said I appreciate that, the transparency of it too. But
Right, and I appreciate when places would put that information at the top of the copy, but there was one or two individuals in the comments, and there were other folks who felt that the individual in the comment that was asking questions about, why don't you have black employees and different things like that, they felt that they were just kind of
Like
trying to
fire starting.
just starting some stuff.
Yeah.
However, I appreciated the person who asked those questions, and I appreciated the answers that were given by Celestial to the person, because they took it seriously. They took the comments.
see, I didn't see all this.
Yeah, they took those comments seriously, and they answered them, and they didn't blow it off. Because I know a lot of other breweries that would have tried to just
Would
blow
just
that
ignore you,
off,
yeah.
or just make it like a big thing, or like when,
A general vague statement.
a vague statement, or or would have let the people who were also commenting
Let them take care of it.
Yeah, let them take care of it like that. And the brewery stepped up, and I wasn't sure if it was Molly or who it was, but I really appreciated that because it just showed that they were serious about
What's going on? Yes. I mean, as far as all of us being minorities as well, I mean, I appreciate that as well.
Yeah. So, and now as far as, let's be honest, I mean, with some Black is Beautiful beers, I can tell that some people just kind of dialed it in. They didn't put it the way they could have put it. Like, I know some people who make some really fine stouts.
Same,
And-
likewise.
Huh?
Likewise, I feel the same way as what you're saying. Yeah.
And they make some fine stouts, and they just didn't do the stout they could have done for it.
It's not my problem with, and I want to say this correctly. It's not. I don't have a problem with Black is Beautiful and the mission for it. What I'm having a problem with, similar to All Together, is they put out a generic recipe, right? Only just to say this is kind of the idea we're going with.
It's an American stout.
It
Right.
wasn't in the contract, or I don't believe it was in the contract that you had to follow it to the T.
I mean, Trinity Cider did a coffee cider.
And they made a bourbon, Black is Beautiful. So, I mean, I thought it was a generic idea, but again, it just followed through with All Together as well. And I'm lumping the two together because it just shows how lazy some breweries are when they just like, I just want to be part of it, so I get my name out there and get the publicity. And I'm just
Or
gonna put
maybe
out
just not as creative.
that too. There's a lot of combinations to this, right?
Yeah.
I'm just being pessimistic about it, saying people are trying to hop on the train, right? But it could be not as creative. But it's just people just took the generic recipe, didn't think anything of it, and then put out a very mediocre to shitty beer for the All Together and Black is Beautiful.
Or just for the sake of making money, possibly.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be made money. It was supposed to be donated. The
So
whole
that's-
thing was to be donated.
And that's the thing where you kind of go like, okay, there are people who made blends. Like, if you're a brewery and you already have a stout on your brewing schedule, you could easily, in fact, one of the first breweries that did a Black is Beautiful was in San Antonio. They took a porter, a barrel-aged porter that they were already making, just slapped the Black is Beautiful label on it, and donated the proceeds. That was what they did. And people could have done that easily.
Yeah.
So that way it wouldn't have, if a concern was about ingredients or schedule and stuff like that, they could have easily done that. But Marcus Baskerville from Weathered Souls had also said that there were a lot of people who were giving away hops, a lot of other stuff like that. So even from the financial perspective, there are a lot of people who were giving discounts and things away, to do it.
There's a lot of things you could have done for it. I just felt like there is a lot of people that just want to be part of something without trying to think about it. And I don't know what that means for the individual. It could be something
Like
laziness,
bandwagoning?
bandwagoning. Could be a lot of different things I don't know for individuals because I can't just put a blank statement over
You can't
it.
speak for everyone. Yes.
Or not just be fair. I just can't put like one thing over everybody, right?
sure.
Can't just be all lazy. Can't just be all not creative. You know, it could be a combination of a lot of things. But
And I think some of that frustration could be because some of the people who may have dialed it in, already are creative.
yeah,
Right. So you're like almost kind of like, a little disappointed that you did this when I know you could do better. I know you could do better than this.
For a perfect example, and I don't want to put anybody down, Celestials, Black is Beautiful, was so bland. And they make good stouts.
It was the American style stout. They stuck with the
They
basic
did the recipe. And again, it's not that I want to shit on Celestial. We all like the beers they make there. It's
yeah.
just that they put it out there and they follow the recipe. But then you have someone like
Falsetto.
or Falsetto or Intrinsic. Intrinsic did a smoke
The,
stout.
the maple.
Yeah,
the
maple
falsetto.
smoke. Yeah, so, and then Falsetto did the marshmallows.
Yeah.
So 3 breweries I love to talk about. 3
Yeah.
breweries I always visit, and just to see the 3 transitions of those 3 beers, I'm like,
Like just
it
add
was-
another little twist.
yeah.
to-
And then to
yeah.
have Celestial just follow the recipe, it was kind of heartbreaking. I was like, oh my god, I know they make good stuff.
And Odd News gave a nice coffee stout.
Yeah.
So I mean, and again, you could do more than just that. I've had people do Black is Beautiful meads,
Yeah.
Black is Beautiful ciders. Live Oak in Austin did a Black is Beautiful lager.
Yeah.
It was a dark lager, Schwarzbier.
But
Ooh, that
what I
sounds interesting.
what
That
I
sounds
really
very
appreciate
interesting.
about it is this: if you talk to Marcus about it, it's like, hey, we want the logo, our logo in Black is Beautiful. This is our idea.
Yeah.
I don't know Marcus, but what I'm seeing from the outside looking in, if you just tell him what you're doing, he's like, all right, that works. But here's I'm gonna get the label printed for you and send it to you. Give me your address.
And it's great. I mean, 1,100 breweries and distilleries taking advantage of this. I mean, Guinness made one. Dogfish Head made one.
Yeah.
Jägermeister is
Everyone
not
jumped on,
doing
yeah.
one, but they have a fund to where when you purchase them, they're actually donating money. So I mean,
It's- So many ways to do it.
Yeah.
So many ways to do it.
right?
So, but also on the outside looking at, I don't appreciate, and so this is, again, I don't know anybody from Martin House, and I don't know Marcus personally. I appreciate Marcus beers. I did the whole festival in Austin became the What the Souls podcast or video just because how good their beers were and how they stole the show, So I'm a big fan of them from the outside looking in, but I don't know them personally. But I don't appreciate it, the attack on breweries who don't want to participate. You don't have to publicly say anything. Just realize it and then move on,
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
You talk like the reverse effects of someone not publicly saying that we're doing
Yeah.
this as well.
So a brewery that Marcus, and again, I guess I'm speaking, I don't know if it was a public thing.
For
or
the
just
viewers
a-
that don't know,
Well, I don't know. Again, I might be speaking out of turn because I don't know if it's a private thing on his private page or was it on the Weather Souls page.
No,
I
it
wasn't.
wasn't on the Weather Souls page. It
Okay,
was
so
on
it was, so I apologize. I didn't mean to bring it up like that. I thought it was a public thing. So again, Marcus, I apologize. I'm not trying to like say anything. I thought it was public.
yeah,
But anyway, but the point is, I don't need anybody to attack anybody for not participating. And again, I don't know how he feels. I don't know him. He could feel of course, he feels very personal. He started the thing. He's excited about it. He's passionate about it because of course, he's a black man and he's a brewer, which is very rare to begin with. So I get the passion and I understand the passion. But to call out other breweries or just to be like, you not participating, why?
Yeah, I think that when he did it on his own page, and he had mentioned something about.
Yeah, I apologize. I didn't mean to bring it up.
I think it was a situation about he was like saying that they hadn't done it, but they did a hot Cheetos beer.
That's
It was
right. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was one of those things that even people in the comments were kind of like a little concerned that Marcus did that. And here's the thing: one, Martin House makes good stouts, so they could. It's something that if they wanted to, and they could have done it. But I agree, you don't necessarily have to call anyone out if they don't choose to do it for whatever the reasons are. Plus, Martin House is in a good space with me because of what they've done with Kuma Smith with Swinex Brewing.
Smitty. Yeah.
Putting that beer out in the market and building those relationships. So
And one of the fruit breweries actually paid people that stole. They didn't steal his recipe, used their recipe to sell cans, and then paid him in the back end of it, and that's very beautiful.
Something that's kind of special with me and Martin House on that. Plus, with the diverse staff that they have. So I agree with you. It was kind of like, oh, but I also understand that he may have been saying that from a brewery that's well known. Like, the Martin House has a name now.
It's nation.
Martin House.
Yeah.
I mean, the things they're making, they're like, if you don't know anything else in DFW, you know Martin House.
Exactly.
And so that's one of those things where it's like, okay, one of the biggest breweries in DFW that has a name not doing it. That's probably where he was coming from. Again, I can't say I agreed with the thing, but I can see where that was coming from.
You can see the frustration.
Yeah, and I do want to also really issue another apology to Mark because I should have asked on the top of the question was it was public or private. So I apologize. I didn't mean to bring it out there. I know privately we're friends on Facebook, but I didn't mean to bring it out like that. But my whole take was in life, and this is how I personally feel about it. You do something, and if people don't appreciate it or don't want to participate in it, you just remember it. You just recognize it. I'm like, okay.
That's something that sticks out.
It sticks out. If it's someone that personally that you want to be involved, but don't do it, you're like, okay, I remember that. Because in life, there's always a pendulum to it.
Right.
Someone's going to come up and someone's going to come down. And when that pendulum swings the other way, you have a choice. You can be petty like I am, and I'll be like, I'm not helping you. I'm not doing anything with you. Or
Fuck you.
you can be a better person, like Michelle says, when they go low, you go high, and big them up. Maybe.
Nah,
I don't know, but I'm very petty.
Or at least
No,
right
I'm
away.
petty as fuck
Yeah.
too. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a good thought process as far
Yeah.
as that. Like, nah, but fuck you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. No, but life is a pendulum, and business is a pendulum.
Yeah.
We don't know who's the next hot brewery that's gonna take over. Of course, Turning Point is the hot brewery. Of course, Martin House is well known. Of course, locally we know a lot of these guys, but on the national stage of beer, like you have Turning Point and Martin House. Pretty much of the DFW area is the only two on the national stage. I know there's some people, beer heads that really know about Muse or False Idol and Celestial, but that's craft beer nerds, you know. If you're kind of into beer, you know Turning Point if you go to DFW. You know Martin House. So I get the frustration, but we'll see what happens. Like, again, everything's a pendulum. And that's all I wanted to say about that. And I'm sorry that we have to kind of like wrap this up.
What do you Forrest Gump now? That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. I just don't appreciate. Like, for me, action speaks more.
No, for
Like,
sure. No.
Let's say
Or perception
the
of
three
action.
us are mid lane podcasts that are successful at getting money, right? And then I do a fundraiser. You show up and Jerry doesn't show up, or Joey shows up and Jerry doesn't show up.
Yeah.
People who are listening,
Yeah.
right? I would appreciate Joey for showing up and participating in my fundraiser. I don't need you to come because I'm still doing the fundraiser
But
regardless.
it's gonna be in your mind.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be in my
So-
mind. I was like, oh,
Fuck
I
you.
know Jerry, and Jerry's also equally or might be more successful than I am. I'm surprised he's not here. I won't make a fuss about it, but I will keep.
Yeah,
like,
it's a mental note. Yeah, it's a mental note.
about it,
Yeah.
you know. So
I think this is in life in general is everyone carries those mental notes. Like I remember that one time, you know.
no, that's what I really appreciate. That's how I see it, and I may be wrong on how I'm perceiving things because I always make mental notes, but I don't ever say anything because there's no need to say anything.
That's
if
like
I'm not gonna physically go out and fight you about it or physically make a.
I'm
fuss
gonna mentally
about it.
fight you in my mind.
I'm just not. No, not mentally. No, you put a tab on there. You have a tally, and then you put a tally up there. And say, you know what?
There's that little ticker tape like on top right there. Just like,
You know, someone remember that.
no, that's one thing. No, like tonight I was like, man, I could have stood you up, both of y'all. I was like, no. I was like, Vic's not gonna let me. He's not gonna let me slide with this. I was like,
No, I wasn't. That's why I was ignoring you.
dude, I was like hauling
ignoring
ass
you.
down at 6:35. I was like, no.
He was like, I'll be there at 6:45. I'm ignoring it. I'm not.
No,
answering
because
this question.
if I didn't show up tonight and tomorrow if I text you or call you, you'd be like, yo,
No, I
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah, I'm working out. What?
Nah.
Like, yeah.
We had one thing, and then again, so I want to wrap this up shortly because we have a band playing here on Intrinsic. Reason why I also love
Come on
doing
out.
stuff at Intrinsic. They keep bands coming up here, local bands always.
Yeah, that's right.
Garland's a big music place. You hear locally in Texas, so people don't know. A lot of bands, a lot of local bands play out here.
Yeah.
Deep Ellum used to be that spot, but not anymore.
Long time ago.
Yeah, it feels long time ago, but it's
Long
only
time
10
ago.
years ago, 11 years ago.
And there was some stuff going on this year, but I mean, I hadn't been down there as much. And of course, you know, if you're interested in saving live music. I mean, I think there's websites like Save Our Stages.
Yeah.
They're like doing things to.
Or there's a lot of pop-up bands just showing up somewhere and just doing acoustic shows, and that's amazing. I love it.
No, it is. What one thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna make sure we plug Modern Brews and Beats. Where can they find Modern Brews and Beats?
So,
Modern Brews and Beats. Fuck, Victor. Modern
Bro.
Brews and Beats.
Can you speak? Use your words, bro. Modern Beats and Brew. Say it with me. We'll do it together. I love you.
So it's Modern Brews and Beats.
You said it wrong too, Joe. You said it with such confidence.
Fuck. But hey, as long as you sell it with confidence, that's all that matters.
All I did was stutter. You said it wrong.
Doesn't matter. I didn't stutter though. I sold it with confidence.
How can we find?
Anyways, Jerry, speak up, please. Save us both.
So, well, Modern Brews and Beats, really, it's an audio podcast that can be found anywhere you do audio. So, iTunes or Apple, Spotify, TuneIn Radio. I mean, Google Podcasts, wherever you do audio podcasts, we found it.
So the second biggest podcast on Spotify. That's what I'm hearing right now. For people who haven't listened to Modern Brews and Beats, wow, I almost fucked that up too.
But you didn't stutter though. That's all that
I
matters.
almost did.
It doesn't matter.
For people who haven't listened to any of his episodes, me and Jerry talk off air about this, and I want to be very clear. The interview process that Jerry has developed in these 4 episodes they did with guests, typically it's him and his co-host Cool Tony D. But
Shout out to Tony.
shout out to Tony. But they had some guests recently, and it's been very exciting to listen to these guests speak and about their passion about music as well. But the transition of I wouldn't call it a babysitter, but the control center of the podcast is Jerry. He allows the guests to go on these tangents. They allow his co-host to get excited too, because you want people to be excited. And then he has a way to like narrow it back in and dial it back in. It's like, let's move back to the subject. So I really appreciate it. I'm trying to steal some cues from you.
Well,
So-
I mean, that's a way for everyone to have fun, you know? You as the host, them as the guest.
I love for people to talk and get into the things
Get
that
animated.
they're into.
Yeah.
But there are some particular questions. I mean, if we have a guest on, there's some things I kind of want to get from
Push
my
on,
guest
yeah.
and also share, because I know that while DFW people are listening, I also want other people to listen from other areas. They can find out a little bit more what's going on in DFW.
What's in tune here in North Texas or whatever. Yeah.
But I mean, if anything, that's the one thing about doing Dallas Beer Talk, any type of interview, because it was Victor that really kind of got me back into doing podcasting.
Oh no.
And it was his, it's okay, Jerry, you should do it. You should get back into podcasting, And he would talk to Tony, had an interview with Tony. And so Tony and I connected about the show. So
Yeah.
really, Modern Brews and Beats was something that was in our mind.
Like a
but
homegrown idea.
Victor helped push that.
We catapulted up.
Yeah. So
No, it was just that you guys have I like people who have passion about things, and you and Tony have very passionate about music. It's very rarely you meet someone who loves something very deeply, and I was like, oh, you guys should do it. You guys should definitely do it. So no, it's all you guys, nothing to do with me. I just like people to do stuff that they're passionate about. I like getting drunk and hanging out with my friends. So on that
I'll
note,
drink to that.
Yeah, on that note, guys, we're gonna do a promo video, hot ones. Jerry, you don't have to participate if you don't want to.
I'm just a great check.
jeez.
Yeah.
Part of it, I can tell you, it's gonna be just a mess.
No, because with this first iteration of this promotion, we're gonna do the hot sauce instead of chugging beer.
Oh.
There's
Wait,
hot sauce in here.
Are we getting paid for this?
Yes, with beers. But
All right, cool. I'll put my on your tab.
Yeah. On that note, guys, I really appreciate it. I'm sorry this podcast is a little shorter. This is mostly just a test of trying this new equipment out. So thank you guys for
And also,
participating.
we have a band pushing us back here.
But you can find Dallas Beer Talk, of course, anywhere. We're already listening to it as well. We're trying to get on Spotify and also put our videos up on Spotify once we get that uploaded. Also, you can follow us on Patreon for exclusive content and interviews and early access to stuff. Go on our website, buy merch. I will be updating that soon. So, love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. You guys have a safe weekend. Peace.